If you're looking to get more out of your Blink cameras, then you have come to the right spot. In today's video, I'm going to be going through the settings and giving you guys some pointers on getting more out of your Blink system, so stay tuned. Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. So I was talking to a friend the other day who was boasting about their Blink system. They were so impressed with how affordable a 1080p surveillance system was and how easy it was to set up. They said they went through, they set it up, they put it in their backyard, and that was it. They were done. They didn't go through any of the settings. They didn't take a look at anything. Come to find out, their 1080p camera has been shooting at 720p this whole time. So I went through their settings with them, we adjusted a bunch of stuff, and I thought, you know what, maybe there are other people out there just like that, so this video is for you. Now, before we dive into those settings and me giving you some pointers on things to change, if you guys can give this video a thumbs up if you're gonna get some value out of it, it really means a lot to me. Also, share out this video with anybody it might help. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and with that said, let's dive into the app. Okay, so taking a look at the app, we got a few things going on here. The top camera that I have set up, if you take a look at the title, is the Blink XT2. That is the older generation of the outdoor camera. Below that, we've got the Blink Mini camera, and then I just recently added the Blink Outdoor camera. That is what we're going to be taking a look at today, but these changes should apply for pretty much all of these cameras right here. So if we take a look at the camera, we see that it has got a weird name. We're going to be adjusting that in a minute. Taking a look at the two icons right below that, we've got the camera looking one, and if I tap on that, it's going to bring up a live view of what that camera is looking at my backyard. It's going to take a second for it to load up here, but now we're taking a look at the live view. We've got push to talk. You can actually click on the save if you want to save a clip. You got the mute button up in the top corner where that little speaker is, but we're going to go ahead and close out of that. And then we've got another button, which is the picture, and that is going to update the thumbnail of what we're seeing right now. So we're going to give it a second here. Boom. So there's the updated thumbnail. That is not going to change unless you hit on that camera button again. If we take a look at the Blink Mini right above it where my daughter is playing with a toy, that's my daughter when she was about 1.5 years. She is now 3.5 years old now, and I have not touched that button. It is not updated. So you do have to hit that button if you want to update that thumbnail picture. Okay, let's go ahead and dive into the settings of this specific camera. Now, to name your camera, I always recommend naming it the brand name of that camera. So for me, I'm going to say Blink Outdoor. So now I know this is specifically talking about my new Blink Outdoor camera. Below that, we see the battery is okay. Temperature 100. I don't think so. Let me look. Hold on a second. Yeah, current temperature outside is 65. So I don't know what it's talking about. 100 degrees. You can go in there and adjust it. 100 is pretty ridiculous. It is sitting on a black surface, so maybe that's why. But scrolling down here, there are a couple things that I wanted to point out. You can set up activity zones. So zones right here, it does say it's in beta, but this is going to allow you to cut out some things that may be detecting motion that is causing your battery to run out faster. So for example here, we're taking a look, I've got a cover on my table outside. That thing blows around a lot in the wind and causes this camera to trigger a lot. So I'm gonna go ahead and just gray it out. So let's go ahead and gray out down there. So anytime it detects motion in that area, it's not going to be triggering the camera. It's fine to have all the trees in the background because those are far enough away that it's not gonna be triggering things, but this table cover is too close, so I went ahead and we grayed it out. I'm gonna go ahead and click on done here. All right, perfect. That is going to save our zones. Next up, we have re-trigger time, and this means how much time is going to pass between recorded clips. You've got as low as 10 seconds, as much as 60 seconds. Preferably, I like the 10-second because if something is going on, I don't want it to wait any more time than it needs to before it starts recording again. I don't want to miss anything. Leave that at 10. Sensitivity level, that is just going to depend on your situation and possibly what kind of trees, bushes, umbrellas, anything you have that might be triggering the camera to go off. You can adjust your sensitivity level there. The next one below that is clip length. Now, by default, it's set to 5-second clip lengths. You can set it all the way up to 60 seconds. For me, I like to have mine at about 20 seconds of dedicated recording, meaning that it is at least going to record a 20-second clip before it cuts off. Now, right below that, we see that the clip can end early if motion stops, and I would much prefer that. I would much prefer it to at least record a 20-second clip, and if motion stops before that, it's gonna go ahead and cut that clip early. Now we've got early notifications. That is in a beta. I don't need that. I'm not setting that up. We've got motion recording. This is going to allow you to actually not record anything if it detects motion. However, if you do turn that off and it's not recording anything, you're still going to get a notification. So you can still bring up a live view. Below that, for night vision, auto is good for turning night vision on automatically. IR intensity, low, medium, high. You'll probably have to play around with your settings. I found that medium is pretty good. Enable audio, enable speaker, and then the one down here, video quality. So we've got Saver, Standard, and Best. Essentially what that means, Saver is going to be 480p resolution, Standard is going to be 720p, and Best is going to be your 1080p. Now, bringing it up to Best is going to affect the battery life of your camera, but I bought a 1080p camera. I want to shoot at 1080p. I'm going to go ahead and bring it up to Best. Photo capture enabled. That's a pretty cool one there. Every hour it is going to take a photo. So if maybe it is not detecting any kind of motion, maybe some motion is too far away, you can still get a clip every hour to see kind of what's going on. LED status, so when it is recording, you can actually turn off the light. So there's going to be no light on the camera indicating that it is recording. Turn that off there. And then we've got our different Wi-Fi and firmware setup right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on save here. It's gonna save all the settings down there. And there are a couple more settings that I wanted to show you on here. So at the very bottom, you see that little cog down there. I'm gonna go ahead and click on the cog to bring us into settings. We've got our temperature units. We've got our notification options right here. So here are all the options you can either turn on and off, depending if you're getting too many notifications on there. You got Face ID setup. That is going to be to log into the app. You can go ahead and turn on Face ID. And then we've got our system setting. Mine is titled Home. We've got all devices right here. So what you can do is you can actually adjust the different settings. So, I got a new outdoor camera, and let's say I want to bring that up to the top. So when I go back to my home screen, that's the camera that is going to be on top, the one I'm going to see first, and then I can scroll down for the rest of those. So let's go ahead. If I back out of here and go back to home, we're going to refresh right here, and you can see that camera is now on the top. It is the one that I'm going to see first. Going back into settings right here, we're gonna go back into system settings, and then we're gonna go into scheduling. So what I found to get more out of my camera's battery life, because the very first time I actually used one of these cameras, it boasts that I can get 2 years of battery life. I got 4 months. Somebody made a suggestion on getting more out of the battery, and that was to set up scheduling to turn off the cameras during certain times. Because when my kids get home from school, they want to run out to the backyard and they pretty much play out there for about an hour, which means my camera is almost recording for about an hour because the camera's looking down at the backyard. So I set up a scheduler right here that during that hour, it actually turns the cameras off. So during that hour, when we are home on weeknights from about 4 p.m. to 5:30, it is not recording. That actually brought my battery length from 4 months all the way up to 7 months. But the most I've been able to get out of a set of batteries is 7 months. Granted, I do have the kids in the backyard. They are playing around a lot back there, so I'm getting a lot of triggers on my camera. If you don't have so many, you're probably gonna get a lot more time out of your batteries there. All right, backing out of there, we can set up our time zones. We could take a look at our sync module. Here you can change your Wi-Fi. So if your Wi-Fi does change, or if you move, you can adjust your Wi-Fi right there and set up new Wi-Fi. And then we've also got save clips on live view. So you can automatically load up a live view on the camera and it will automatically record what is going on instead of you having to actually go in and click on that save button, which might be good if you bring up a live view and something's going on and you want to record that. One last thing that I wanted to show, if we go back to the home screen here at the very bottom, you can arm and disarm your system from here. And at the bottom next to that, you see the little play button where it says 139 at the bottom. I'm gonna go ahead and click on that, and this is all of my recorded clips. So let's go ahead and cancel out of this one. At the very top, my storage is full. I can click on the drop down and say how much time I want to go past before it auto deletes. When it auto deletes, it's gonna delete the oldest stuff, keep the newest stuff. With your storage being 100% full, like it is for me, it is also going to delete the oldest stuff before it brings new stuff back onto it. But I've got mine set up for the max. Might as well keep it for the max if I can do that. If we click on any of these clips right here, so I'm gonna go ahead and we'll click on this clip right here of when I was using it at my office. If I tap on this clip again, it's going to give me some options. One of them is I can hit the trash can icon up in the top left corner, or next to that, I've got that up arrow. If I click on that up arrow, it's going to allow me to save that clip to my phone. I can then share it or whatever I want to do, text it out to somebody like that. but that is how you're going to save clips to your phone. Now, if you want a quick way to delete it, you can just take the clip and slide it sideways, and that is going to give you the option for delete. And then down at the bottom where you see where it says edit, you can click on edit. You can go ahead at the very bottom, click mark all, and you can delete all of these if you just want to clear everything out. So those are the options of what you can do with the Blink camera system. I hope you guys got some good value out of this. If so, give it a thumbs up. Let me know that you liked it. As I mentioned before, if you could share this with anybody who would find this useful, would love that. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and I will see you guys in the next video.